Welcome all to the Nameless channel. Tonight's video will be a little different. Rather than telling one story, we will be being to share true stories from all 50 states. If you enjoy and don't want to miss out on any particular state, please like and subscribe. But most importantly, enjoy the story. Alabama. Our first story takes us to the town of Huntsville, where the legendary Dead Children's Playground resides. Nestled within Maple Hill Cemetery, this playground was built for ordinary daytime play, yet it has become a nighttime magnet for the supernatural. According to local lore, the swings sometimes move on their own, and ghostly laughter echoes through the air. The spirits of children who passed away during a flu epidemic in the 1940s are said to linger here, unable to leave the earthly realm. Witnesses claim to have seen ghostly orbs floating by and heard the eerie sound of children laughing when the playground should be silent. Is it the wind or something more spectral? Next, we travel to Mobile, where the ghost of a local woman, Mrs. Elizabeth Rohline, is said to still haunt her home. The Oakley's mansion, built in 1833, is one of the oldest and most recognized antebellum homes in Mobile. Visitors and staff have reported seeing Mrs. Rohline's apparition throughout the house, often appearing in a long flowing gown. It's said that she has a particular attachment to the home she loved, perhaps explaining why her spirit has not moved on. Those who encounter her say that she carries a sense of sadness, perhaps from a life not fully fulfilled or from the burdens of the past weighing heavily on her soul. Then we have the chilling tale from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, where the spirit of a Confederate soldier allegedly roams the halls of the Gorgas Library. Students and faculty have reported footsteps echoing through the corridors when no one is in sight. Some even claim to see a spectral figure in uniform, eternally patrolling the library as if on some forgotten mission. The story goes that this ghost is that of a soldier who perished on campus grounds during the Civil War, forever bound to his duty. The library, a repository of knowledge and history, serves as a fitting yet unsettling backdrop for this restless soul. Our next haunting takes us to the historic city of Selma, known for its significant role in the civil rights movement. Amidst its history, the Sturtevant Hall stands with its own spectral tales. It is said that the ghost of John Parkman, a former owner who met an untimely and violent death, remains within these walls. Parkman was wrongfully imprisoned and killed in a failed escape attempt, and his spirit is said to linger in search of justice. Visitors of Sturtevant Hall have reported feeling an inexplicable heaviness in the air, hearing disembodied footsteps, and even seeing shadows that have no earthly source. It's as though Parkman himself is still walking the halls, yearning for what was unjustly taken from him. Finally, we arrive at Prattville, where the Bear Creek Swamp holds one of Alabama's most mysterious tales. This desolate area is rumored to be haunted by numerous spirits, including that of a spectral woman in white, often seen gliding through the misty waters at night. Some claim that she is protecting the swamp from intruders, while others believe she is searching for something lost to her long ago. Local legends also tell of strange lights dancing across the water and sounds that pierce the silence, leaving visitors in a state of unease. Alaska. Our first story takes us to the Kennecott copper mine, abandoned yet preserved as a testament to Alaska's industrious past. Nestled in the heart of Wrangell St. Elias National Park, Kennecott was once a bustling hub of activity, overflowing with miners and their families. But today it stands eerily silent, except for the whispers of the past. Visitors to this ghost town often report hearing footsteps echoing through the empty halls and catching glimpses of shadowy figures from the corner of their eyes. Some even claim to have seen the ghost of a former miner still going about his work, oblivious to the passage of time. His spectral presence seems to serve as a reminder of the many lives that labored here, leaving behind their dreams and their ghosts. Traveling north, we reach Fairbanks, home to the chilling tale of the Wendigo. Although the Wendigo is not exclusive to Alaska, stories of this creature have permeated indigenous lore across the region. Described as a malevolent spirit, the Wendigo is said to possess those who have succumbed to greed or cannibalism, transforming them into gaunt, icy beasts with insatiable hunger. Locals recount eerie encounters during the long winter nights when the wind howls like a mournful wail. The legend speaks of those who strayed too far into the woods, only to return changed, driven by an unearthly craving. Whether mere legend or a cautionary tale, the fear it instills is undeniably real. Our journey continues to Anchorage, where the Red Onion Saloon stands as a relic of the Gold Rush era. Originally established as a brothel in Skagway, it has long since transformed into a lively bar. Yet the spirit of Lydia, a former madam, is said to linger still. Accounts tell of her presence on the upper floors, where footsteps can be heard pacing, and the faint scent of her favorite perfume often drifts through the air. Bartenders and patrons alike have witnessed objects moving on their own, as if guided by an unseen hand. Lydia's ethereal visits are a poignant reminder of a bygone time, forever etched in the walls of this historic establishment. Next, we find ourselves at the Windy City Amusement Park in Wasilla. Once a popular spot filled with the laughter of children, it now lies in ruins, its attractions overtaken by nature. Yet, locals insist that the echoes of its past remain. People passing by report hearing the distant sounds of carnival music and the joyous screams of children, although no one is there. Some say the ghost of a little girl, tragically lost in a park accident, wanders among the overgrown rides, searching for her family. Her presence is both heart-wrenching and comforting, as she seems to embody the innocence and joy that once filled the park. Finally, we venture to the remote village of Akiak, where the Yupik elders tell stories of the Kushtaka. These shape-shifting creatures, part man, part otter, are both feared and respected. Known to lure people to their doom, the Kushtaka are said to inhabit the waterways, using their abilities to mimic the cries of loved ones in distress. Residents of Akiak share chilling accounts of encounters with these spirits, often accompanied by an overwhelming sense of dread and disorientation. The Kushtaka serve as a powerful reminder of the fragile line between the seen and unseen, encapsulating the mystery that surrounds this vast land. Arizona. Our first stop is in the heart of Phoenix at the Hotel San Carlos. With its luxurious architecture and historical charm, one might be forgiven for dismissing any rumors of hauntings. But as night falls, the hotel whispers its secrets. In 1928, a young woman named Leone Jensen tragically ended her life by jumping from the hotel's roof. Her spirit is said to linger, wandering the halls, her presence felt in cool, inexplicable breezes, and the echo of her footsteps heard when the moon casts shadows through the corridors. Guests have reported seeing a forlorn woman in a white gown, her despondent eyes peering through the veils of time, as if searching for something lost forever. The Hotel San Carlos stands as a testament to stories often left untold, where the past never truly fades away. Next, we venture to Bisbee, a quaint town with a mining legacy, where the Copper Queen Hotel reigns supreme in its supernatural lore. Built in the early 20th century, the Copper Queen's opulent charm could not keep away the tales of the otherworldly. One of the most enduring tales is that of Julia Lowell, a former lady of the night who purportedly fell in love with a hotel guest. Heartbroken and scorned, she took her own life in one of the rooms. To this day, Julia's spirit reportedly lingers, an ethereal presence that dances between the living and the dead. Visitors claim to catch glimpses of her striking form in the mirrors, and her faint perfume drifts through the halls. Julia's legacy is one of both beauty and sorrow, a haunting reminder of love unfulfilled. The legend of the lost Dutchman mine brings us to our next tale, set in the mysterious Superstition Mountains. A fabled treasure guarded by spirits, or so the story goes, beckons to those daring enough to seek it. The elusive gold mine, said to be discovered by a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz, draws adventurers even today. Yet, it is not just the lure of riches that permeates the air, but also tales of curses and specters that seemingly protect the hidden treasure. Many claim to have seen ghostly apparitions, the spirits of past seekers who met untimely ends, wandering the rugged terrain. The spectral guardians of the lost Dutchman mine remind those who dare to tread too close that not all treasures are meant to be found, and some paths are forever guarded by the unknown. Our final story takes us to the iconic Tombstone, a town synonymous with the Wild West. The infamous Birdcage Theater, once a lively hub of entertainment and infamy, harbors a different kind of liveliness now. Decades after its closure, the theater is reputed to host no fewer than 26 ghosts. The most famous of these is a lady called the Painted Lady, who roams the stage as if the performances never ceased. Whisperings of conversations and the faint sounds of a bustling audience fill the air, as though the theater refuses to be silenced by time. Ghostly gunshots and the sound of clinking glasses remind visitors of the theater's tumultuous past, where life and death intertwined seamlessly in the tapestry of history. Arkansas. Our journey begins in the historic town of Eureka Springs, a place where Victorian architecture and natural springs create an enchanting atmosphere. Yet, it's the haunting of the Crescent Hotel that truly captures the imagination. Built in 1886, this grand hotel has a past as colorful as it is ominous. Known as America's most haunted hotel, the Crescent has been the setting for numerous ghostly encounters. One prominent story is that of Michael, a stonemason who tragically fell to his death during the hotel's construction. Ever since, guests and staff alike have reported strange occurrences such as flickering lights and moving objects. Michael, it seems, is still hard at work, making his presence known around the hotel. Moving on to the capital, Little Rock, we encounter the MacArthur Museum of Arkansas Military History, formerly part of the Little Rock Arsenal. This site not only holds significant historical value, but is also a hotspot for paranormal activity. The spirits here are said to be those of soldiers who served and lived at the arsenal during the Civil War. Visitors have reported hearing footsteps echoing through the halls and even glimpsing apparitions dressed in period uniforms. It's as if the echoes of the past refuse to fade, making this site a focal point of both historical and spectral interest. Our next destination takes us to the small town of Gurdon, known for the mysterious Gurdon Light. Located near the railroad tracks that cut through the dense woods, this spectral light has baffled onlookers for decades. Legend has it that the ghostly glow is the lantern of a long-dead railway worker, eternally searching for his missing head after a tragic accident. Scientific explanations such as swamp gas and reflections have been proposed, yet none have fully accounted for the light's peculiar persistence, leaving an unsolved mystery that draws curious visitors from near and far. Next, we head to Monticello, where the Allen House has become infamous for its ghostly residents. This grand southern mansion, built in 1906, became the site of tragedy when the owner's daughter, Liddell, took her own life here in 1948. Since then, the house has been plagued by unexplained phenomena, with sightings of Liddell herself frequenting the halls. Visitors often report a feeling of being watched, and some have even captured ghostly figures in photographs. The Allen House stands as a testament to the lingering sorrow of its past inhabitants, a haunting reminder of love and loss. Finally, we visit the picturesque town of Batesville, home to the historic Arkansas College, now Lyon College. This institution not only boasts a legacy of academic excellence, but also a host of ghostly tales. The most enduring story is that of a young woman named Eliza. According to legend, Eliza met a tragic fate on the college campus, and her spirit has lingered ever since. Students and faculty have shared stories of strange noises, objects moving on their own, and an unshakable feeling of someone watching from the shadows. Eliza remains a spectral figure entwined with the college's storied history, a mysterious presence that continues to captivate those who encounter her. California. Our journey begins in the heart of San Francisco, at the iconic Alcatraz Island. Once a formidable federal penitentiary, Alcatraz housed some of America's most notorious criminals. However, it's not just the specter of hardened inmates that haunts the island. Visitors and staff alike have reported hearing disembodied voices, clanking chains, and cell doors slamming shut. One of the most unsettling experiences comes from the area known as Cell Block D, infamous for its solitary confinement cells. Many have claimed to feel an icy chill and an overwhelming sense of dread while standing in those darkened corridors, as if the despair of inmates past still lingers in the shadows. Moving southward, we arrive at the Whaley House in San Diego, often touted as one of the most haunted houses in America. Built in 1857, the house has a storied and chilling history. Before its construction, the land was used as a gallows. Paranormal activities include sightings of Thomas Whaley himself, as well as those of his family members who met tragic ends. Footsteps echoing in empty halls, sudden drops in temperature, and faint ghostly apparitions have left visitors with an undeniable sense that they are never truly alone within these walls. Let's now turn our attention to Los Angeles, where the glamorous and eerie often intertwine. The Queen Mary, a majestic ocean liner permanently docked in Long Beach, is a veritable hotbed of paranormal activity. Once a luxury cruise ship, then a troop ship during World War II, and finally a hotel, its decks and cabins have been the setting for numerous inexplicable events. Reports of ghostly sightings, such as the Lady in White, believed to be a former passenger, and the spirits of sailors lost at sea, continue to intrigue paranormal investigators. The ship's swimming pool, long empty of water, seems to teem with ghostly children at play, their laughter echoing in the stillness. Finally, no exploration of California's ghost stories would be complete without mentioning the infamous Winchester Mystery House. Located in San Jose, this architectural labyrinth was the brainchild of Sarah Winchester, widow of the rifle magnate, who believed she was haunted by the souls of those killed by the Winchester rifle. Construction on this bizarre mansion lasted 38 years, resulting in staircases leading to nowhere, hidden passageways, and windows overlooking other rooms. Visitors and staff claim to feel a presence pulling them into rooms, hear inexplicable sounds, and see fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures roaming the halls. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling journey through the United States' haunted past, and let us know in the comments, which stories did you know already? Which story did you like the best, and what states are you looking forward to hearing about? Please enjoy another video, and as always, have a spooky night.